She thought it was, basically a plot by Saddam Hussein to take out Western civilization with spoiled eggs. That's the email came back. It sounds like that sounds like something like I would say. So I was like, wow, it really, I realized more, it really is sort of like a love-hate relationship. So, we just have some fun off of that. And if we just take it to another level and, just make it larger than life and, make it seem like a war. And then, Tony and I started doing the research, or celebrities are against it. The leader of the free world, hates mayonnaise. So, that just inspired, a lot of potential ways we just kind of integrate this with American history and American culture and just have a lot of fun with it. I mean, mainly we just want to have fun with it. I mean, like all good film, it comes from the heart. Like in my heart, I really do hate mayonnaise. Like, kind of making it up. But Tony, likes mayonnaise. So I think that helped the project as well. We kept it fair and balanced. There's a scene in JFK. I'm a huge fan of JFK, where Donald Sutherland is talking to Kevin Costner, and he's a whistleblower. He's about to unravel this conspiracy, and he tells him that he worked for Black Ops, Black Operations. He was an intelligence officer. And I got to thinking, well, Black Ops, if we just change out the White Ops, everything that we're kind of thinking about in this film, the metaphor carries over perfectly. So that's what kind of led to the whole cartel, the big Mayo thing, and them being like really secretive. I mean, and a lot of this movie, there's a lot of truth in this, and I strongly feel that they are sneaking this into the diet. They really are. I mean, there should be a warning if you're biting into a crab cake. Why does there have to be mayonnaise in that? I just think that's really weird. And it's not something that's really well known. So.
Fantastic. Great job.
Well, yeah, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I mean, it's just, as you know, just making a film, it's just, it's a labor of love. So, it's so nice to be able to kind of screen in front of a live audience and really just kind of, get that direct real-time feedback, because, we're making this thing in the bubble, sometimes.
Have you made other mockumentaries? Is this your first one? How long did it take the process to put this one together? There's just, it just keeps coming, all the Mayo-related, fun. And I just wondered how long it took to put all that together, if it came up in improv or what have you.
Well, no, there really wasn't too much improv. I mean, Tony and myself, we both came into this as, we feel we were seasoned writers, comedy writers, and we've written scripts in the past. But we decided we were just going to dive into making a movie for the first time, because we had the script and we loved it. We thought it was really tight. We thought it was really funny. But you just go out to Hollywood and convince them to make a movie about condiment. Like, it's hard to express that vision. So we just were very, very empowered to just go ahead and kind of make this ourselves. This was our first film. Usually your first film is a short. We just kind of, we dove into the deep end of the pool, and we made it a feature. Yeah, those quick cutaways. So that was really kind of our goal with this, in the sense of making a mockumentary. We were able to bring in that historical aspect of it and really just kind of cut things up and make it fun. And the Oliver Stone movie as well, JFK, he's always cutting back. It gets grainy. It goes to black and white. I mean, that was certainly an inspiration in terms of the look and feel of the film. So let me do a little survey by show of hands. How many people love mayonnaise? How many people just can't get enough of mayonnaise? Okay. Now leave your hand up if you were offended by this movie then. And what about the Mayo haters? We got some Mayo haters in the house. Nice, yeah. So there you go. So, it is a divisive condiment. You can't really deny that.
It's got no flavor.
What is your next step for this film? Have already shown at other festivals? Are you looking to submit to other fests?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, we're calling this our California premiere. You can also call this, United States premiere, because if you don't include the focus groups, I'm not sure technically if you're supposed to include that or not. But our first festival was the Muskoka Independent Film Festival in Canada. So officially, I guess, we were shown in Canada, which I thought, is very fitting as well, because Canada, they're kind of really into their Mayo up there. So I couldn't make it to the festival. I decided, I really had to save up for San Francisco. We won the target here. So I wasn't there, but it would have been kind of interesting to be there. So moving forward, we want to continue doing some more festivals, and potentially, just see what our options are in terms of just getting it out to the public. Maybe a video on demand situation. That would be really cool. And exciting news is that Tony and myself, the crazy minds behind the Mayo Conspiracy, are already 30 pages into our next feature, which is called Fear There and Everywhere. We even mentioned it in the closing credits.
Yes.
And it's not about food, because we're not going to be one-trick ponies, but it does have a little bit of a fun, kind of outrageous sense of humor that you kind of see in this, but the topic is completely different. So we hope to be maybe rolling out that maybe at TWIFF 2016. That's always a possibility. The actual filming itself, it was spread. I mean, it took about 8 or 9 months. But I really want to say that I really recommend focus groups. I mean, especially for first-time filmmakers. I know for us it was really huge to be able to get that that perspective. You're just too close to your art. You're coming out of this, and it's funny because then you start getting into the festivals and you get some distance and you realize, you start thinking, well, why couldn't we see what people were telling us that was just so obvious? You're just too close to it, and time gives you distance. You don't always have the luxury of time when you are, dealing with, the project of making a movie. So I don't think the focus group slows you down. I think you take the time to do that. I think it actually kind of saves time. We're from the Philadelphia area, so we came all the way out from the city of brotherly love. Bob Taylor, who's sitting right over here, you might recognize him as Lumpy. Bill Bond, right over here, is one of our cinematographers in the film. So we actually had some people come out, Max K, who was Mr. Splooge. In terms of marketing, I would just love, it's going to be so hard, but if I can just get like a Rachel Ray or Jimmy Fallon just to know that this movie exists, because their passion against mayonnaise is time-tested, I don't really question that. And I'm telling you, if they just know about us, at the very least we get like a tweet or something, it could be huge, in terms of us building some momentum. It's just really, really difficult when you're kind of outside that bubble. You got a network, you have different degrees of separation. So we're conniving, trying to get some ways to try and get that to them. But like if anyone ever, happens to bump into Jimmy Fallon or Rachel Ray in the street, you gotta let them know that you saw this really cool movie that's, blames mayonnaise for pretty much everything, that's happened in American history. So. I just want to thank everyone for coming out to see our film. I really appreciate it. I know Tony appreciates it as well. So thank you very much, everybody, and thanks for all the great questions as well.